in America. And today we have CEO, Master Barber, Mr. Johnnie Bush, a senior management and master barber at Bushcutz Grooming Lounge, with over 22 years of barbering experience. He ensures all customers are provided with top-notch customer service and satisfactory hair cutting results. He is the active liaison with all his social media advertising campaigns. He's also a freelance videographer, photographer, and managing media director. He's consistently looking for ways to create clientele and place Bushcutz Grooming as the leading barbershop in the area. This man is multi-talented. In 2020, he took charge of the global hair care market value and the market value that's amounted to over $85 billion in US dollars. That's US billion with a B in 2017. So he is in an industry that is on the precipice of taking higher heights and reaching new levels. So first, we have a video clip brought to you by the CEO. He wanted to let you know some custom changes and updates that he has made to the barbershop. Let's tune in. Let's see what's going on.
2020 has been a crazy year. Here at Bushcutz Grooming, we've taken the necessary precautions to keep you and your family safe. With increased social distancing, sanitizing between each client, and face masks are required within the building at all times. As always, you can book your appointment at bushcutz.com or walk in and schedule at our kiosk. Hope to see you soon.
Please help me. Welcome to the stage, CEO, entrepreneur, my barber, keep me looking sharp. This man makes the magic happen, Mr. Johnnie Bush. Yay!
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. You are top-notch, 5-star service all the way. Mr. Bush, tell us, what motivates you and gets you excited in the mornings? What pushes you and wakes you up and makes you jump out of bed?
I would like to say, first, God giving me another chance, man, at another day, just to be able to do what I love and just to go to work and be happy, man. That's the number one motivation. Then my family, my wife and kids and mom, I just got a nice support system in my family. So they motivate me. And just the guys here and the girls here, man, just trying to put people in a better position, just trying to help them on their dream, what they're passionate about. That gets me going, man.
That's major, right? That's major. That's absolutely huge, right? Because it shows that family is important, right? And what inspires us and motivates us to keep going. Most entrepreneurs quit. You've been in business for years now. I remember when you started, he had the mini locks, y'all. I remember when he first cut my hair, he had the miniature locks and he was just starting his journey. And now I'm so happy to call this man my barber, my friend, because he always kept his family first. He always remembered what was the goal and what was important. And he kept that at the forefront, and that's major. You don't see that in most businesses. So, Mr. Bush, what's the story behind Bushcutz Grooming Lounge, and what inspired you to create this masterpiece salon in the Virginia Beach area?
Well, I mean, as you know, I'm from Petersburg, Virginia. Shout out Petersburg. I got my license in high school. Again, shout out Jazz Academy. And initially, I worked in a few barbershops, man, and I noticed, the first barbershop I was in, customer service was all-time high. It was a bunch of older guys in there, and they took care of the guys that came in there. Then that barbershop closed, and I worked in a few other barbershops where customer service wasn't number one. In fact, customer service was probably last. And just going from barbershop to barbershop. And then, I was a firefighter for 7 years. And, I took a little time off from cutting hair. And but I still wanted to do it on my days off. I still had the love for it. So I eventually stopped working at the fire department. My wife and I decided to move down here which is the Hampton Roads area. And I worked in a barber shop, and it was a great experience, But then, I just wanted to do things my way. I just wanted a higher level of customer service. So I started on my journey to start Bushcutz Grooming.
Absolutely. That's major, y'all. That's major, y'all. See, so I had no idea. So I learned something new. This is unique. I never knew you were a firefighter, man. But I can see you, man, being a hero, jumping in and saving the day. That's major. That's a heart
Man.
of gold.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I loved it, man. The camaraderie with the guys at the fire station. I learned a lot that kind of transferred over into barbering from those guys, as far as like a team atmosphere. Just trying to, everyone having a common goal, trying to get to a one place.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's huge. And teamwork, right? Firefighters, your lives literally
definitely,
depend on your teammate. So,
definitely.
your teammate's life could be in your hands, and so you never leave a scene. I think that's what they teach you, right? Never leave a scene. Always check and make sure your buddy's with you.
Yeah,
Make sure your partner's with you.
yeah.
So
Go in two at a time, make sure both of them come out.
that's major. That's major. So tell us, you are a multi-talented individual that you could excel in anything you set your mind to. You have accomplished so much in your lifetime. Why bar?
Um, I kind of fell in love with the self discipline aspect of it. When you work a regular job, if you don't show up, you get occurrences. Eventually you get fired. Um, with barbering, you got to be self disciplined. You got to wake yourself up in the morning. You have to make sure that you schedule your people, according to how they like to get serviced. It's just everything on you. Marketing is on you. Um, just it all falls on you. And I like to be a person that kind of likes to bet on itself, and if that's what's gonna separate me, then I just have to outwork whoever in the industry, and I love doing it.
Hmm. So one of the things we have a question from the audience, Miss Erica Holmes. One of the things as a mother that frustrates me is when my stylist is not on time. How do you let your clients know if you are running late or running behind?
What I do is I have my scheduling app on my phone, so I'm always conscious of who's next, um, who's running behind, and if I'm running behind, I'll call that person and tell them, hey, I'm running a little behind. You can kind of take your time, and I'm very conscious of that, because I ask for them to be on time, so I like to reciprocate that energy.
Good response, and that's absolutely true. When Mr. Bush transitioned to the scheduling model, that's not the traditional barbershop. That's not the traditional shop, y'all. Is you could literally lose an entire day in the old school model, sitting in your barbershop waiting for the next appointment. Mr. Bush and his team do not operate like that. They are true professionals. They have appointments, they have calendars, and they set themselves up accordingly. And it's a strict calendar. It's a regimented, almost military-like, right? It's like, hey man, you running behind. Let's tighten up, right? He runs a very, 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 very tight ship, but not dictatorship, right? But real leadership. And you see it in his team. You see it in the management and the leadership, and you see it in the morale of his crew that really set the stage. And it's a really nice. I would say it's luxury, right? It's not your traditional barbershop. It's not grimy. It's not dirty. It's upper class. It's up here. We upper class. We going up. This is level up.
Yeah, yeah.
So great question, Miss Erica. I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. How does someone get started? Mr. Bush, tell us, how does someone get started in becoming a barber or getting their feet wet in the industry?
Um, I would say if you want to get started in the industry, um, immediately when a thought comes in your mind, I would say go to YouTube, watch some YouTube videos. Um, if you haven't handled any clippers or anything, just watch some YouTube videos. Then when you are able to, call your nearest barber school. Um, see what it takes for you to get enrolled. See what the curriculum, how many hours it is for you to get your license, and start there. But initially, definitely start watching YouTube videos. YouTube is a good thing, but you're going to definitely learn what you need to know in a barber school. So you can start there. If you have someone in the neighborhood that'll let you, cut their hair, then just dive in and start practicing. That's going to be the quickest way to getting good at it. And definitely go to barber school, because that's what's going to keep you in it. And always educate yourself on newest trends, newest tools, and things like that.
That's huge. So YouTube, right? YouTube,
Yeah.
getting in top and getting in front of doing your own research. One of the
Yeah.
key things that sets your barbershop lounge apart is that you integrated so well, and you integrated an academy piece and an education piece and a mentoring piece that we're going to get into a little bit later. We have one quick commercial break, but we will be right back, and we are going to dive in. We got Mr. Johnnie Bush, Bushcutz Grooming Lounge CEO and founder. Will be right back. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level, Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. Hey everybody, this is Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast Show. We have the incredible CEO, founder of Bushcutz Grooming Lounge, and he is changing our mindset, and he is showing us that even in COVID, even in a recession, this man is able to provide quality customer service that is unique and that you won't get very rarely anywhere else in any other shop. He just talked about how he's integrated technology into his appointment system. He's integrated a higher cleaning standard to meet the standards of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're in. And he also shared with us how he's a family man first, and how that's motivated him and catapulted him into the man he is, the business owner, the CEO that he is today, and leading a quality team with such prestige. So, Mr. Bush, tell us, I want you to debunk a myth right now. There's a myth floating around right now that people are saying there is no money to be made in barbering. It's a lost art. It's a dying art. You can't make any more money owning your own shop or cutting hair anymore. Can you debunk that myth? Is that true or no?
It's kind of funny that you say that, right? Because I had a guy in my chair yesterday. He was my last client. Him and his dad came in, and he was in my chair, and he was like, "Yeah, this was my first time cutting." He said, my old barber told me that it's just, being a barber is just something you do on the side. You can't really." He actually said, "You can't really, have a wife and kids." He was a little younger. He said, "You really can't support a wife and kids off of it." And I just explained to them, you know, if you just have to put your all into it. If you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. So if you halfway, and that's whatever you do in life. So I'm here to tell you that that myth is false. Uh, you can make a lot of good money being a barber, hairstylist in the hair industry. Period. What you do with that money is up to you. But if you show up every day with great customer service, you stay educated, um, you don't just sit around, you market yourself. You meet people when you're in Walmart, you see people, you talk to them, you tell them what you do. You just market yourself everywhere you go and you educate yourself. You have outstanding customer service, you'll make a lot of money in the hair industry. That's guaranteed.
That's guaranteed, y'all. That's
Guaranteed.
big. That's major, major. So he debunked the myth, y'all. It's false. Hear it right here on the Gentleman Style
False.
Podcast show. False. So we have a question. Miss Erica is back for round two. When you can't work, how do you maintain cash flow as a barber?
Okay. As a barber, I started out cutting hair, and then a lot of my clients were asking me, um, where can I get something to make my hair curl up? And I was sending them to the nearest hair supply store and tell them, just pick up something. I would let them know. Then it came a time, a guy approached me and said, you ever thought about selling hair products? And he showed me that it works. And he made me understand that why would you send your clients somewhere else to buy a hair product when you know what is right for their hair? So I started to sell hair products. At first, I just started to sell them. Didn't know what they did. Then I did my homework and I started to educate myself on the hair products. And then I started to know exactly what they did. And I started to see the results when they came back to me after I started to use them. And eventually I just started selling hair products. And, even if I don't come in the shop, um, some products get sold. My team will sell products. And that's how I'm able to maintain a cash flow if I'm not able to work or if I go on vacation or something like that. So if you're doing yourself a real disservice if you're not selling hair products if you're in the hair industry.
So there it is, Miss Erica. That's the trick, right? So Mr. Bush just debunked the myth for us, and that's how you keep your cash running is marketing and branding yourself. And Mr. Bush is remember he's a videographer, he's a video editor. All the videos that you see on his profile, his social media, is him, right? This ain't some off the wall company that he hired. This is all his videos, high quality, high resolution editing. This man is multi talented, and so when he branched off, the hair care products still brought in revenue, and that's major and that's big.
Yes.
Great way to debunk that myth. That's awesome. That's awesome. So is there is there a is there a difference, or is it better to become a mobile barber, or is the traditional renting a booth still the best way to be a barber in the industry? Is that the best route, or should I be traveling? Should I be, I want to be on Husbands of Hollywood, so I should be traveling to Atlanta and doing hair and cutting hair for celebrities? Where's the best use of a barber's skills at?
I think whatever fits you. If you like to travel, then if that's your niche, then go for that. Then start there. But I think that a lot of barbers may start off mobile in this industry because they maybe haven't built a steady clientele of people who will come to them. So I think a lot of barbers may start off mobile, but then when they see their client level rise, I think they'll start to tell people, hey, come to me. If they're riding there, then have to go another 10 miles that way. It'll start to make sense for them to just get a stationary location and have them come to him. Celebrity barbers, that's a tough one for me because, like I said, I like to be around my family. So following a person to cut their hair, that's not for me. I know it's for a lot of guys in the industry, But me personally, I want to stay stationary, build a nice place for people to come, comfortable atmosphere, and just have them come to me.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Perfect sense. Right? It almost reminds me of the military. In the military, if you want to travel and follow a celebrity around and do their hair, that's someone who's single, right? That's
Yeah,
someone who doesn't have a family. That's someone who doesn't have any, I'll say not just family, but responsibilities. I'm not
yeah,
tied down to my physical location. Um, but Bush is a family man. He's very active in his community. He's very active. He's well known in his community, and yeah, he would lose. I would almost say he would lose more than gain if he traveled.
yeah.
Um, just damaging your home life. That reminds me of the military. So great question, Miss Erica. Super dope
That's great.
question. Absolutely. Um, so we're gonna jump right into this part. What separates your Bushcutz grooming from the competition? What sets you apart from the rest?
Probably gonna be good old fashioned customer service, man. Good old fashioned customer service. It's still the number one key to business. Um, we try to perfect that around here, and we just try to capitalize off that. If we start there, I think everything else can be built upon. And when we come in, when you come into Bushcutz Grooming, um, someone's going to speak to you. Someone's going to ask you if you have an appointment. If you don't, they'll point you to a barber who will get you in and out. Like you said, the days of guys spending half a day in the barber shop. We love to see you. We love to see you come in, but we don't want you here 2-3 hours. And I know you don't want to be here 2-3 hours. So we're going to get you out as fast as possible, and you're going to get A1 customer service here.
All day, all day. That's major. That is major. And again, that's what I stuck with this man through the hall. He moved on me, y'all. He
Yes, you
he
did.
he up and left me.
Yes.
But
Back when
um
people said nobody would come through the tunnel, that's what they put the tunnel up and the toll. I'm sorry, the toll. And they said, man, you going over there. Nobody's coming through there. You came, brother. I appreciate it, man.
I had to, cause I messed up. I cheated on my barber, y'all. I cheated on my barber, and never again. Ever since that, I never did it again. That I made sure that because you left, you go cheat on your barber one time. I was like, man, I can't go to Virginia Beach. I can't cross that tunnel, and I've been crossing that tunnel ever since, y'all. So I learned my lesson.
I appreciate it, man.
But he's good, man. Master Barber, 30 years. He's good. I have yet to see top-notch quality like this. We have one more commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We don't have more of this incredible man changing the absolute game. See you guys soon. We'll be right back.
Are you a local business looking to offer your customers easy access to cash without having to travel miles? We're here to help. At Norman Legacy Investments, we provide free ATMs with free installation that provide a suitable investment for your business. Even better, we offer you some profit sharing and handle everything from start to finish. Just reach out to us today to schedule a free consultation.
We're back in Gentleman Style Podcast Show. This is Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast, your host, and we have Bushcutz Grooming CEO, founder, Mr. Johnnie Bush, here, and he's spilling the tea on an industry that has boggled many on whether or not what to get. Mr. Bush, so you have a unique feature to your barbershop that is very rare and very uncommon in the local Hampton Roads area. You have a training academy in your barbershop. You teach. You're actually a professor. And I didn't read that off in his bio, y'all. He's a professor, Professor Johnnie Bush. And tell us about your training academy and the curriculum and what you teach to and what you educate to.
Well, we have a barber academy. It's 1,100 hours. The curriculum is 1,100 hours. And right now, we just this semester, because of COVID, of course, we're online. So you take the theory part is online, and then you come in here every Wednesday for hands-on training. It's a small academy. We don't take many because we want to be hands-on. We don't want anybody getting lost in this. We want everybody to progress at a fast rate. So we have 5 students this semester, and like I said, the theory part is all online. They complete it at their own pace. We know people have jobs and just challenges in life, kids. So we're giving them an opportunity to just complete it at their own pace, and they come in here every Wednesday, practical hours. We have people coming here for student haircuts. They come in, and the guys are progressing very well, man. And they're building their clientele, just doing what they love, man. I love seeing it.
Absolutely. So your training academy, what are the different areas that you teach to? What are the different types of, I guess, so what I want to point out, y'all, is there is no school system here in Hampton Roads, right? In order to get certified, you almost have to leave the state and come back to get trained. So Mr. Bush is a rarity in the Hampton Roads area in Virginia. There's hardly any school. I think there's only one other school in the entire area. And so for him and his team to start a training academy is major. How long, you said 6 weeks? How long is the curriculum?
It's 1,100 hours, and being that it's online, we give you the opportunity to complete it at your own pace. We've seen people complete it in shorter time as 6 months. So, and some people longer, but it all depends on how much time and effort you put into the theory part of the curriculum. Just the matter of how much time you have, and like I said, you come in for practical hours. And there are a few schools in Virginia Beach, a lot of bigger schools, but like I said, what we offer is a smaller classroom size, so that it can be one-on-one with the instructor and the student. And like I said, that's going to make you progress a little faster to where you're trying to be in this business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's huge. And so tell us, one of the things that you do is the biggest concern for any barber, any up and coming stylist, is, will I be guaranteed a job? Will I get a job upon graduation? And so how do you help a student transition in your school? How do you help a student transition so that they can actually, after they've done the virtual, done the one-on-one, and done the hands-on, how do you transition with your students to make sure they pass the exam and find employment afterwards? Is there any process or step to that?
Well, when you go through the program, right at the very end, we'll have a little one-on-one session, and just to get you ready for the state board. The state board is a theory part, which is a test, and then you have a practical where you have to show your skill level in the hair service. And it's going to be a haircut, it's going to be shaving, it's going to be involved in the practical test. Like I said, we get them ready right before they go, and I have a lot of relationships with other barbershop owners in the area. And if I don't have a spot in my salon, my shop, then I would reach out to other barbershop owners to see if they have a place for them. Some people, we have one student who went straight into a salon suite after graduation. She's doing great. So they have a few options there, but I'm definitely gonna help get a place somewhere, whether it's in our shop or if it's in another shop, or if they just want to go off on their own. We'll be very supportive of them.
That's huge. That's absolutely huge. That's big.
Thank you.
Game changer. Mr. Bush, what advice would you give to the growing entrepreneur on their journey in building their own business? What advice, tips, any nuggets that you can give to someone interested in getting in the industry? I would say learn as many things. Definitely research what the business that you're in, but learn as many things that complements that business. Say marketing strategies, whether it be administrative work. Just don't give people things to do for your business. Just try to learn as many things you can in the business.
things that work with the business. Some things you can delegate to other people, but you like things done a certain way. And so as many things as you can complete yourself, then do that, and then give other duties to as least many people as possible, I would say. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Bush, we have another question
Uh-huh.
from Miss Erica. Miss Erica is a VIP sponsor, y'all. She sponsors the show and she supports the channel, so she believes in this movement. If you're interested, you saw earlier in the commercial, support the channel and allow us to grow and get valuable guests like Mr. Bush. Miss Erica asks, do you do the men wigs? The
Yes,
men-
I've done a few. I don't have a steady clientele of the man units, but I have done a few. Came out great. But I don't have a steady clientele of that. I do have a partner, someone I know in the barber business that does do them. If you need a recommendation, but me personally, I don't take many man unit clients.
And he can't tell you the names too. He can't disclose any of those names either. That's private, so you can't get that list of people that have the man wig. So you're gonna have to find out on your own who's real
That
and
is
who's
locked
not.
away, man.
Absolutely, great question, Miss Erica. That's dope.
Definitely a great question.
Mr. Bush, what is your favorite way to give back to your community?
I would say back to school drives, getting the kids ready for school. Young guys that come in here and want to sweep for the summer. I like giving them an opportunity. If they say they have dreams of being a barber, I like to show them things, show them to them young. So maybe when they get senior in high school or something, they come back and say they want to know more about the business. Just getting people into the business, man, because I think it's the greatest job in the world. You know, you don't have anybody breathing on your neck about getting up in the morning, but you should get up in the morning on your own. But you just have a lot of freedom, and your hard work is going to separate you in this business. And if you're ready to outwork somebody, then this is the business.
Let's go! Woo! That's incredible and that's huge. That's major, because that makes a lot of sense. I personally feel that trades. This is a trade skill, right? If you're not, I was not. There are some people who are not an academic. I was not an academic, and so sometimes having the skills. You may not be an academic and enjoy sitting down and reading a book, but if you have an eye, right? Mr. Bush has an eye for artistry, right? He can draw, he can paint, and so if you go in his shop, you'll notice there's pictures. He's a videographer, he's a video editor, so he has a vivid and strong imagination to create. And so your head, your dome, is his canvas, and so that's where he excels. And so sometimes I think we need to stop pushing the academics so much, and focus on what do your kids naturally gravitate to, what do our families naturally gravitate to, and you'll find that they may be passionate about taking a diesel engine apart and putting it back together, right?
I really think creators are taking over the world. People that like to create things. You see it on TikTok all the time. You see it in social media all the time. I think I love to see my kids create, man. My daughter just bought a guitar, and I was so happy to see her with it. And it's like, I think that is a lot of money in creating, whether it be content or just creating something for the community. I think that's just where the world is shifting to. So encourage your kids to create, and they can just find their way from there, I think.
Absolutely. Mr. Bush, what is your how can people connect with you? How can we support you? How can we grow with you on your journey, sir?
Well, you can always follow our Instagram page on at Bushcutz Grooming on Instagram, Facebook page, Bushcutz Grooming Lounge. We do have a YouTube too. Follow our YouTube page. Subscribe. Um, Bushcutz Grooming Lounge. I'm sorry, Marcus, I didn't fill you in on that. But yeah, man, and just like, share our content, come in and get a haircut. Go to bushcutz.com and book an appointment. Come in and see us. We have some great barbers here, very knowledgeable. You can go to bushcutz.com also and order our great hair products. You'll see our hair products. We have all types. Whatever you need, just call us, and we'll sit down with you.
What was that? What was that? You gotta explain what that is.
This is Influence Hair and Scalp Conditioner. And we have many more products like this at bushcutz.com. Like I said, you reach out to us, give us a call. We'll talk to you about your hair problems, any issues you have, and we'll recommend a good product for you. We'll have it shipped right out to you if you're not local, or you can come in and pick it up. We'll have it ready for you.
So I can't let that go. My mind is already racing. What does that product do? I gotta ask. What does it do?
It's enriched with vitamins A, D, and E. It's gonna give you a good shine. It's real light. It's an extra light scalp conditioner, so it's not real heavy like those wave grease products that's out there. Very light, very good for your hair. Gonna give it a good shine. Enrich it with vitamins, and we have a lot of products just like that here at Bushcutz Grooming, and we can recommend something great for you. We have a lot of great shampoos and conditioners. Anything you need, we have it. Just reach out to us, and we'll definitely recommend you something.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Bush. I gotta let him go, y'all. This man is a family man. He got an empire to build and a legacy to sustain. Mr. Bush, I thank you, brother. Thank you for taking time out. Absolutely. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to give back in this way. I consider this part of giving back to the community. Thank you for supporting me in this way. And I'll always support you. Just don't go too much further, please.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay, man.
Thank you.
You don't go nowhere, man. I love this podcast, man. Great podcast. I remember when you first was getting it together, when it was just a brainstorm. Look at you now, man. I love it, man. I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And thank you all, my audience, for tuning in to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. We appreciate you all for also taking time out of your busy day to support this brother and support him. We got to uplift him. We got to support our own and take care of our own. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. So, like I always end every show, I appreciate your time. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. And take care of business. This is Marcus Norman, the Gentleman Style Podcast Show, with Mr. Johnnie Bush,